Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 169 of the All Dolphins podcast, number 2 on this Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. And I have a giggling Omar.
69.
Okay. Uh, okay, let's take care of the number thing. And by the way, and I just looked it up because off the top of my head, the only player I could remember with 69 was Keith Sims, who was our choice the first go around. Hell of a player, 3-time Pro Bowl selection, second round pick. And I came upon my research Ray Fenga, and I will tell you why I chose him as a hat tip. Ray Fenga wound up playing 3 games for the Miami Dolphins, all of them in 2010. But Ray Fenga wound up being cut, re-signed, practice squad, cut, re-signed, practice squad. It was like constant, and then there became this media joke that he was just like an every man type of guy because he wasn't like a great player or whatever, or he kept getting bounced on off the roster, and the joke became "We are all Ray Finga."
Yes, I remember that.
You remember that? See,
Yes. That would be that. Yes, we are all Ray Finger. I remember that. That became a mantra. Yeah.
complete with the acronym WARF, WARF. So, anyway, I thought that amused me when I saw it. Again, there's only one player of major note in terms of on-field accomplishments with that number. Keith Sims owns that number, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so today was the first day of practice preparation for the Week 16 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, and not surprisingly, a whole lot of big names not in attendance. Am I right, Omar?
Yes. No Tyreek Hill, which I don't think was a surprise to anybody. Um, Whether or not he practices all week, I don't think that's going to be a determining factor on whether he plays in the game. I think they're probably going to take this all the way up to a Sunday or tryout, warm up. And if even if he does practice this week, I don't necessarily think that it's going to determine what his game status is. Uh, then we've got the offensive line. Just about every projected starter that isn't a replacement sat out practice. Teron Armstead, Robert Hunt, Kendall Lamb, Austin
Austin.
Jackson, and then Liam participated, but did he really practice? I don't know. During the media portion during the portion of practice that the media attended, he didn't. Now he did the same thing last week and then played in the game. So, and I think the Dolphins are very confident that Liam is going to continue to heal and continue to play and get better. But then also Xavier Howard did not participate in practice. He's sidelined with that hip injury. Who knows? Maybe that's just a Wednesday thing and he returns on Thursday, which is what the expectation is with some of the veterans like Teron Armstead and Kendall Lamb and maybe Austin Jackson. But on a positive note, no Raheem Mostert too. Durham Smythe was kind of on his Wednesday program, which is the norm for Durham Smythe.
But
Um,
Raheem's also on a Wednesday program.
Yes, Raheem is also on a Wednesday program. The aged generally are on a Wednesday program this late in the season. The mature, let me not call them aged, let's call them the mature. They're
Much
on a
better.
Wednesday program where they do not participate in Wednesday's practice, but then participate in Thursday and Friday. This is just the norm for NFL teams in December. So Dave Dolphins have done this for about 6 years. This predates even this goes back to Adam Gase, maybe Joe Philbin. So I don't think that that's too surprising. What was a positive was Deshaun Elliott participated in practice. He's in the first stage of the concussion protocol. If he shows up to tomorrow's practice and participates with no concussion side effects, he'll more than likely be cleared to practice. I mean, to play in the game, exiting the NFL concussion protocol. And then Javon Holland participated in practice. How much? I don't know. What does that mean? I don't know. We will see. But Mike McDaniel did address the fact that they feel like Javon's one of those players where you have to protect him against himself.
This is where we need to point out that we are taping this prior to the Dolphins' official injury report being released, because that's not going to come out until early this evening, and we didn't want to make you guys wait too long before doing the podcast.
Or oh my gosh, the dude. So
Or Omar got snit to do.
yeah. I listen. I'm not waiting till 6:30 for an injury report when I watch practice. I My biggest concern about practice is Austin Jackson. I know what Tehran's status. I know what Tehran's status is. I know what Tyreek's status is. I kind of know what Javon Holland's status is. I know what Robert Hunt's status is. I do not know what Austin Jackson's status is. And my concern, even though Mike McDaniel downplayed it, is that this oblique back issue, because it's not just oblique, it's a back and oblique. It's the whole midsection area over here. It gets what?
The way you're doing the way you're doing this is funny.
It gets complicated before it gets better, which is what we learned with Jaylen Phillips. And if you push it, it could go left on you real quick. And that's what happened with Jaylen Phillips, who had to be shut down for 3 weeks after he tried to push it. So that is something that I would be cautious about if I were Mike McDaniel and the training staff, especially having just lived through it. Now, Mike McDaniel says it's not as severe as Jaylen Phillips, and I don't know him to be a liar. You ever caught him in a lie?
In a lie, in an out and out lie, no. But when it comes to injuries,
he's usually forthright.
Yeah, man. He's okay.
Yeah, I mean, he won't lead you astray. Like, I mean, he didn't pretend like Robert Hunt was playing or practicing this week.
No, that's fair. I'm like, I have a hard time unhooking from having Dan Campbell as interim head coach for 12 games in 2015 when he borderline was telling you exactly where on the body the injury was, exactly what happened to it, exactly how long it would take. I mean, it was like that was.
He didn't know any better. I bet you he doesn't do the same thing in Detroit.
That spoiled me.
Yeah. I mean, Dan spoiled us in a lot of ways. I think our first practice was like an Oklahoma drill.
Yep.
And
props to him, by the way. I like Dan Campbell a lot. Props to him for the job he's done in Detroit. And I know there were a lot of people who thought you couldn't hack it as the head coach early on. A little soundtrack. I like it.
Always been that way for years.
I
won't name the artist because he's kind of controversial and he's crazy, but that kind of gives it away.
I was gonna say, doesn't exactly narrow it down. I'm sorry. What?
It actually does.
Oh, it does. Okay. Oh, that crazy. Okay. No, I know who it is. Okay.
Yeah. He needs his meds.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So no, and I'm with you there. I think the Austin Jackson situation is the one that's because it involves the most unknown. Where I think we kind of know where we are with Robert Hunt. We kind of know where we are with Tehran, where I would think he was going to play.
Who?
Tehran.
Oh, absolutely, Tehran's playing.
I think it's pretty safe to say.
Did you see his cryptic message? STFU.
Oh, we forgot to address that. You want to go ahead and share the story?
No, not really.
Well, dig it up then. He put a post on his Instagram stories, which is one of those things. Not being an Instagram aficionado that disappears after a while, basically.
Oh, it didn't disappear. It's subtle.
I didn't find it when I saw it.
Oh, maybe he took it down. Let me check.
Oh no, he did take it down. He basically took to task those who were keep criticizing him, saying,
"Oh damn! Oh no, it's still up. Hold on. Okay, STFU. Yeah,
he apologized for giving people permission to." Okay,
you're just not an Instagram aficionado.
No, I'm not.
Damn, I almost.
Okay, read what it says. We're doing bad airtime here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It says STFU. He wore a shirt that said STFU. It might be a brand. It might be Tehran's brand. But if you know what STFU means, it means shut the up.
St. Thomas Father University.
Yes, and then it says, I apologize for letting y'all get comfortable enough to think y'all can play with me. And I know who that's directed to.
And that would be?
The fans.
That's okay. That's what I figured. I mean, um,
Yeah, because they've been kind of real
oh,
disrespectful with his name.
absolutely,
So, but anyway.
absolutely. Um, Speaking of directing messages, I guess this is a very good segue to Tua and his weekly media session where he also had a message. And by the way, totally fine with his message, proving once again the point where if athletes tell you, I don't pay attention to what's being said and what's being written about me, that's complete BS.
I don't know about that.
Really? Really?
I don't know about that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. It's not complete BS. It's total BS. Sorry. Is that better?
I don't think Tua is one of those individuals who is. I mean, you know it, you see it. The minute the game is over, every player has their phone in their hand. They're scanning it. They search their name on Instagram, TikTok, really Twitter, to see what people are saying. What is everybody saying, or what
Sure.
did they say about my performance, or what was being said about me during the game? That's the norm. That's the norm in today's sports.
Correct.
Okay.
Agreed.
Um, their family members search, their girlfriends and wives search, their mistresses search. Everybody's looking. It gets back to them. However, I think Tua Tagovailoa is in the 5%er group of professional athletes who they never search their name, never watch TV, and they only hear things. And he said it today in his press conference, and you know how truthful Tua is. He's like, if you say anything negative about me, Ann Nolan, who is the director of media relations, is my bearer of bad news. That's the only way I'm going to find out. And I think his trainer Nick Hicks is also in the Tuanon information producing crowd, and maybe his father Galu.
But my point is they're all aware of it. That's all I said. I didn't say he's seeking it. And we're getting off track here.
Okay, all right. Tua, with getting on track, Tua basically said, "I keep receipts. I know basically what's being said about me. I know that everybody thinks that I can't play without Tyreek. I know everybody thinks that I can't play without Jaylen Waddle. I'm paraphrasing everything he said, but it was a very good quote. Let you know, hell, even Raheem Mostert. I am not good without Raheem Mostert. He's like, I love you saying all of that because you're taking the attention away from me, and I don't want the attention on me. I want the attention on my team." And to be totally honest, he's like, I don't care what's said about me. All I care about is me winning games and leading my team where I want to go, which is ultimately the Super Bowl. And total transparency, I know Tua was the first person that I ever heard in the Dolphins organization outside of the initial press conference with Mike McDaniel talk about Super Bowl. He's the first person where the SB word came out. And I was like, oh, how dare you be a Dolphins person and talk Super Bowl and publicly? And he's always said, if you don't verbalize it, how can you believe in it? And how can you push towards it?
You can't be afraid of the word.
Yeah. Dolphins have been afraid of the word for as long as I've been covering the team. Don't act like you don't know that.
Well, they've also never had this kind of team. And it also could be that they have scars from 2006 when Sports Illustrated came out and picked them to go to win the Super Bowl before the season started, after they had signed after they had traded for Dante Culpepper and they wound up going 6-10.
Yeah, brother, but you got 15 years to exercise those demons. And Dolphins have never said the word Super Bowl. Like, I've heard Super Bowl with some coaches when they say that's what we're pushing for when they get hired. All 5 of them that I've dealt with or covered. But an organization coming to a season, playoffs is the most bold. AFC East Championship's most bold you'll ever hear them talk. Tua's always been talking about Super Bowl, and it's Super Bowl or bust.
Okay. Time out. Because I was about to say I've never heard that, but
you never.
No, I recall him acknowledging when it came up that he didn't shy away from it. But as far as him throwing out there on his own, no. But I want to say this. I want to correct something here officially and offer you a public apology, Omar. because
Me?
yes, yes,
Oh, Shooky
because
Sookie man.
I corrected you when you said Bradley Chubb had been on the injury report fairly recently, and I was looking through. Actually, I have all the printouts, and then I rechecked when somebody in the comment section said he thought you were right, and lo and behold, yes, Bradley Chubb indeed was on the injury report during the week of the Washington game with a knee injury. He was limited the first 2 days, full on Friday, no game status designation. He played. You were right. I was wrong. My apologies.
Mm.
Having said all that, interesting to me that though, because on the one hand, Tua said he doesn't care. In fact, almost likes it. And on the other hand, he says he takes receipts.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
could
Oh,
one
oh,
could go that kind of goes against it because if you don't care, why are you taking receipts?
oh, because he knows what the naysayers and the national media pundits and even the local media pundits have said. Like Tua knows I called him a weirdo. I mean, I apologize for it. He's a unique individual. Weirdo is crossing a line. He's very. I mean, he's very different. He's a very different human.
Oh yeah, he's quirky.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I have said he's having an MVP type season, except and Tyreek is having a historic. I said that.
I know, but you've said much worse things.
What's the worst thing I've ever said about Tua?
What's the worst thing you've ever said about Tua?
That I
God,
said, let's not pretend that Tyreek's impact on
the comment, Tuanon would have to share that because I can't. He's not elite. He's not. I'm not paying him before December. Nothing you've said is wrong.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go there because I can mix private things up with podcast things. But yes, listen, yes, he keeps receipts, but those are the things. Like, did you know Tua doesn't even know he's the fan vote getter for Pro Bowl? He didn't know. He had no idea. Joe Shad asked him a question about, following up on that question, like, how do you deal with the fact that you're the most popular player in the NFL right now? And I would argue to you, he is the most popular player in the NFL. He's by far.
Whoa! By far,
In my opinion, yes, by far.
By far,
is he more popular? Is Tua more popular than Tyreek, who is arguably the best player?
Oh no, that part I agree. Is he more
popular?
popular?
Okay, let me make my argument. Okay, so technically, Tyreek is top 5, right? Player in the NFL, top 5 most popular, huh? Popularity, at least top 10.
Yeah, but there's also a little polarizing effect, like it or not, because of his past transgressions.
Okay, Tua's polarizing as well.
But Tua doesn't have any things in his closet
that we know of. No.
Wow. Okay.
What I'm saying is, I personally believe that Tua, and we know it from the numbers. Tuanon is massive. It's ginormous. No, I would argue, and people argue against me, that it's bigger than Tuanon, and I know you're going to argue against me that it's not Tuanon. Tebow's fan base. I would argue that Tuanon is bigger and stronger and more powerful than Tebow's fan base, and he's 2 years the leading vote getter for Pro Bowls. This is not like a coincidence.
Omar, my pushback is when you say by far the most popular player in the league, when I don't know, is he by far over Patrick Mahomes, for example? Again, you said by far. And as far as the Tebow thing also, remember 2023 and 2010 when Tebow came out, social media has exploded in a way that, I mean, it wasn't quite the same back then. But it's absolutely, I wouldn't debate you on that but I don't know if it's that much more. Anyway.
It's up there. Tuanon is.
Whoa, no, I agree.
Tuanon is a force.
Trust me. Trust me, I'm aware.
Alabama, Hawaii, Polynesian Islands, SEC, please. That thing is a juggernaut. And you know it when, and that's part of the appeal to the Miami Dolphins because, like, I mean, he might be the number 1 selling jersey in the NFL, or definitely top 5. I know one year he was.
I would think. No, and he led the Pro Bowl fan voting last year. Also.
Yeah, but here's my point.
Go ahead.
He didn't know any of this. He had no idea. He's like, what are you guys talking about? And we had to tell him, like, you're the leading vote getter for fan votes, and he's been the leading vote getter for like 3 weeks. He don't know. He don't.
From the start. Yeah, from the start, it's been him.
Yeah, I mean, and that goes back to last year. But he doesn't know those things. He does know the negative that he has to deal with because Ann Nolan educates him on it. And he knows the narrative about his team. He knows that the Dolphins are perceived as pretenders because they haven't beaten a good team. He knows that the offense doesn't work without Tyreek Hill because Tyreek is the MVP. And he's like, I want Tyreek to be the MVP. He is the MVP. So he knows what the narratives are. And he doesn't care. He was like, if you need to say these things or write these things or think these things to keep your stories alive and keep your headline and keep interest, go right ahead. Because I really don't care. Like, I am just focused on
I don't
winning, or the narrative that I can't win December games. He didn't say this, but that's the receipt he's keeping from me. Where I basically said, like, you need to. No, that's you. I said he needs to step up his level and show it.
Right.
So
you also said he wasn't elite. So there. So
okay. He hasn't proven he's elite yet. I think he will be elite, but he hasn't proven it yet. Where's his elite? Where's his elite?
And thank you. And that's all I've ever said. Also.
Yeah. Where's the elite victory? Now it could be Sunday. Could be.
Absolutely. And I will say he's been massively impressive. And in a lot of ways, he is like, I would tell you, he's surpassed my expectations in a lot of ways.
Finally, you say it.
Oh, I mean, his deep balls all season have been very accurate.
He's accurate. He dissects the defense. Great pocket presence.
Okay,
great
and this is where we go. This is where we don't need to go 17.
Hold on, with great work ethic, sensational charisma, leader in the locker room. Showed you biggest play producer for 2 years in the NFL. You could say whether it's Tyreek or Waddle or whatever. He don't care. He keeps his receipts. Okay. Like, tell me what his weakness is other than durability. The man has no weaknesses.
Whoa, again, and this is you're doing this on purpose. You're doing it on purpose. Very well done. Very well done. You know what? I'm not going to play along. He has no weaknesses. He's perfect. My number one quarterback.
You can't help yourself.
Like, you don't know what his weakness is. Come on, seriously.
What is his weakness? I don't. What is his weakness?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. What is his weakness?
And it's not just because somebody put out stats that he had really good passing stats against the Jets outside the numbers when half of them were like.
You're talking about throwing outside the numbers?
And the arm strength. And
oh my God, the arm strength. Did that 60-yard pass not shut that down?
Omar, if he's got it. Wow. Arm strength is not just being able to.
Okay. You're talking about putting it 15 yards out on a rope.
Thank you.
Okay.
There are certain throws that he can't make because the arm strength's not there.
No, Peyton Manning couldn't make those throws. Drew Brees couldn't make those throws. Does that mean that they're not elite? Like, come on, man. Like, be fair to him. You are such an arm queen. You are such an arm queen. It is always back to this cannon arm that just absolutely has to just zip it on a line right out to the 15-yard sideline. Okay. Ryan Tannehill did that his whole career. He sucks.
Are you done?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Then I apologize for suggesting he might not be totally perfect. Okay. Argue with me about his arm strength. I mean, seriously. Like,
I'm not arguing with you about his arm strength. You're right.
You just wanted to go on a little rant. And
no. You're right. He's not totally perfect. He's close to it, though.
Okay. And no, because you also need time out. If he's close to perfect, then you need to put the elite tag on him, and you don't want to do that yet.
But he's got to prove he's elite. He's got to prove he's elite by winning on the highest level.
Okay, so another reason he's not perfect is he hasn't shown he can win at elite level in money games.
Okay, that's fair.
And the thing with the arm strength And by the way, it's really insulting when you throw the arm queen term out.
You are an arm queen. Admit it to yourself, and it's the starting point of healing.
Oh my God. Am I going to have to make obscene, rude gestures to you?
You are an arm. Admit it. You are.
Let it
you
go.
are.
I know I'm not. Let it go. Jesus.
Name your 3 favorite quarterbacks.
My 3 favorite quarterbacks of when, now or
whenever? I'll take now because it'll be easy to prove you wrong.
Yeah, they all have good. You gotta have strong. What does that mean?
Okay, all right. What all time?
Steve Young, who did not have a howitzer.
Fine.
Michael Vick, who had a complete rocket.
Okay.
I don't know who else I would put in there.
Dan Marino? Come on. Come on. Don't be biased because
Sure, Dan Marino. This is the All Dolphins podcast. I can't not go Dan Marino.
All right, 2 of the 3 are
trying to go back to my point.
Okay.
And by the way, now war has been declared. I'm going to come up with a term for you that you're not going to appreciate. Okay? Because this pisses me off.
As long as you admit that you're an arm queen, we're fine. You can come
really, all things being equal, if my quarterback can have a strong arm, yeah, I'm going to take the strong arm.
Give me accuracy over the strong arm.
Obviously.
Give me the ability to diagnose a defense quickly, the snap of the finger over an arm. Give me sensational pocket presence that allows me to evade pressure. Yeah, I said sensational. I said it.
Okay, and again, by the way, pushing back against all over the top propose already. Seriously. I mean, we'll set Hannah aside, okay, and then she can be fine, but propose already. I mean, seriously, it's over. This is over the top, and this is when
I push back. Elite win, I'll propose.
Sorry.
When he gets an elite win, I'll propose in the playoffs.
Okay, and I'll be your best man if you want. The only time the arm strength becomes an issue is it reduces his margin for error when he throws outside. For example, the throw to Braxton Berrios against the Jets on Sunday was beautiful, perfect, because the timing was perfect. He kind of made the same it was the same direction, same kind of close quarter, and it was a pick 6 because he was late on it. That's where the arm strength becomes.
I'm not arguing that. You are 100% correct on that. And when he's trailing and needs to, yes, there is examples when he's trailing and needs to run a hurry up offense where he can execute it. But then there are also a lot of examples where they just sit out, they just guard everything inside the numbers and force him to throw outside the numbers.
How dare you, Tua hater? How dare you?
I'm a Tua realist. Now I think he's that dude. I think everything is showing you, and even Mike McDaniel talked about it today. It's trending in the right direction. It's getting better. It's if you have to criticize him for one thing this season, it would be turnovers, and he hasn't turned the ball over in like a month, except for the fumbles. My bad, he did that.
But it's not. Here's the thing. He made an interesting point by Mike McDaniel where he said Tua's playing better now than at the beginning of the year, stats notwithstanding. And he had I know that I'm getting ready for the comments here. He had a pass against the Jets that should have been picked. Very, very poor throw. Quincy Williams, the linebacker, stepped in front of Cedric Wilson, flubbed it. Not a pick, but that's a throw. In other circumstances, it's going to get picked off.
It's that left-handed rotation. They're not used to that.
Okay. By the way, this whole sequence there, the past 10 minutes, folks, has been a skit. So anyway.
What are you talking about? I mean, every single word I said. Even the jiu-jitsu and him buckling under when pressure comes. Jiu-jitsu. Phenomenal.
So almost like he's perfect, but he's not elite. So that's basically
he's not elite yet. I can't put elite on him.
But he's perfect, but he's not elite. Okay.
He's close. He's close to perfect. He's a young quarterback that's trending up. Like, even if you watch at the end of the games, and I know people say, oh, that's just defenders saying nice things about him. Like, he gets loved on a lot after games from guys who are like, man, you're really good. You're really amazing. People always talk about how difficult it is to exploit things that he does. And I wanted to ask him this question today, but I got my fill of questions, and there's a limit to it. How many times have you gone into a game where a defense is showing you something or doing something that you have not been prepared for or you don't see coming? And I think the only thing that catches him by surprise are cornerback blitzes. Everything else he's able to diagnose because of his ability to, or able to see and generally exploit if he can make the right throw and if he's got the right type of pressure. Because, I mean, his number one trait outside of after his accuracy is his ability to quickly diagnose defenses.
Well, no, he's got 17 number one traits. Come on, Omar. Stop being a hater.
I mean, there could only be one number one trait, and that's accuracy. And then I would put number two, ability to diagnose and read defenses, which is the reason this has been there since college. It's just been elevated to a different level. And there are certain things and certain throws that he utilized in college that I wish that they can get back to. And I know Chase Claypool can do a lot of that. Unfortunately, they just have not gotten to it in the offense. I always felt like Tua would be phenomenal at throwing a 9-yard slant, especially when defenses are dropping in the zone. Unfortunately, it's kind of not something that's in the arsenal of the offense because of all the speed or Tyreek, or I don't know, or the size of the receivers, but he needs a big body slant. I always thought Devontae Parker would be that player for him, and it just never was.
But unless they feasted on that last year, and you're absolutely right. They haven't done it very much this year. They feasted on that last year. And in fact,
get back to it.
Sorry.
How about you get back to it?
Like I know a play like that quickly comes to mind is the touchdown to Sherfield against San Francisco, the 4th down touchdown to Jaylen Waddle in the opener against New England. Those were all like that slant. And this year it seems to be more like 15, 20 yards and then move inside.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, oh man, that was an exhausting conversation. Bottom line is the dude absolutely been balling. Zero question about it. But the reality is, again, he so far in December, he's had 2 good games, 1 not so good games, even though the circumstances were tough. Now here comes money time. Dallas, Baltimore, and Buffalo. Tua, by the way, was the same. The Pro Bowl fan voting results, 3rd round of results being announced for the 3rd time. The Dolphins have 9 players leading their position in the AFC. Tua, Raheem Mostert, Alec Ingold, Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead, Jalen Ramsey, Blake Ferguson, Duke Riley, Braxton Berrios.
Thank you, Tuanon.
Yeah. Dolphins have the 2nd most overall votes cast for their players behind San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Yep. We should also mention that Bradley Chubb was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
Surprise.
Sorry?
Surprise.
Yeah, no, not really. No, not really. I was trying to look back. Since 2000, no Dolphin player had ever had 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery in the same game.
A 3-2-1.
Exactly, a 3-2-1.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Anything else that we have not addressed? I do have a column up on alldolphins.com. Basically, my 5 things or issues that need to be addressed in order for this Dolphins team to take it to the next level, win these final 3 games, and actually have home field advantage in the entire AFC playoffs. That's up on dolphins.com. Also, basically gave you a story about how Raheem Mostert, Jaylen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill will probably on Sunday become the first trio in Dolphins history to produce a 1,000-yard back and 2 1,000-yard receivers. And then Poupard's got a number of stories, including the playoff compilation of what everybody needs to do and what you have to be concerned about from the Dolphins standpoint.
And the latest on Tyreek, and I will have the official injury report when it comes out at 6:30 while Omar is out frolicking, doing whatever it is he's going to be doing.
I'm doing Pilates. I'm getting my sexy back. Can you stop judging me?
I'm not judging you.
I'm getting my sexy back. Okay.
Okay. What's that? What does that look like? Oh,
You're funny.
thank you.
All right, folks. We will see you tomorrow on alldolphins.com. You know where to find our work for free. No subscription, no paywall, no $20 a month charge. If you look, they're sneaking $20 out your credit card bill. Just look. Keep your eyes on it. We will be back tomorrow, and like, subscribe, tell a friend, download, rate, share, hit that like button. And we appreciate you. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, you didn't
Get your hat. Get your
gotta let me do the hat tip.
Get your hat. All right.